They got the fire badge lit up, hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one, hypervism.
Sis, what up?
Greg got the
Rich.
fire badge lit up, hit the band lines in the air, throwing signals.
Happy Monday, y'all. 1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. Trying to get rich. Who else in the building? Trying to break the house. What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. I'm your host, Popovich. Nice little card today in the NBA. But as we always do, let's get a quick recap. Hold on. Let's get a quick recap of yesterday. Yesterday was 7 games on the slate. We went 4-3 yesterday. Farris Jew, what's the word? We went 4-3 yesterday. We gave out 3 locks. We went 2-1. We had the New York Knicks. We had OKC, and unfortunately, the play of the day, Fat. And unfortunately, the play of the day was the Detroit Pistons at Philly. They won by 3. We needed them to win by 5, so we lost. After going 3-0 on the play of the day, we now dropped 2 in a row. Y'all know I like to keep it full transparent, let you know what it is, what it ain't. Just my thoughts and opinions on the games. I'm not a professional. That's why I tag JaY BriggS on the YouTube page. And we live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. Overall record though, we are now 69-78, still under 500, but we have been having great days in the past 5 days or so. We have been moving up. As far as the locks, not from Yonkers, we are now 31-28, so we are above 500 with the strong plays, and we just want to try to keep that momentum rolling. So without further ado, let's jump right into today's games. First game on the slate, we got we got the LA Lakers out on the road at Charlotte. Lakers giving 7.5. Charlotte still banged up. No LaMelo Ball. Miller is out. Couple up. Miles is questionable when you look on RotoWire, and that's what you should be doing, you know, before you put in your bets in. And just real quick, a real tidbit when you are betting. Not that it matters, but it doesn't matter in this regards, because the spreads come out at nighttime while the last game is still playing. You know, FanDuel, Caesars, and all these different sports apps, they put the next wave of games out immediately so that you can bet, so that we can bet. The spreads fluctuate, point here, 1.5 here and there. If you like a point spread, you know, for a favorite or underdog, then you should jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you bet in one picks like how we do. We do little parlays every now and then, obviously. You know, I'm famous for doing 6 picks, but how you bet is and how you win is you don't be greedy. You take the one pick, you take the strong picks. But anyway, with that being said, you should check RotoWire. And in doing so, Josh Green is out, LaMelo Ball is out, Miles Bridges is questionable. On the other hand, Gabe Vincent is still out, but Austin Rivers might return tonight. So we like the Lakers. We like the Lakers minus the 7.5. I think they could win, and I think they could cover the spread. Next game up, we got the Detroit Pistons at home, laying 11.5 on the Washington Wizards. Pistons, like I said, they was the play of the day yesterday. They was fighting for their life at first, kind of down, then took over in the third quarter. A lady, happy Monday. Monday Motivational Monday. I am your motivational speaker, whether you like it or not. But ultimately, they won the game. They didn't cover. Philly was on the back-to-back. We thought it was a good spot to take Detroit, and we was wrong. However, today, back at home, I know they traveled from Philly to Detroit. It's not far at all. Remember, these guys fly private. These guys, they okay. Giving an 11.5 to one of the worst teams in the NBA, I like Detroit. I think Detroit could win, and I think they could cover, so we're going to roll with Detroit. Next game up, We got Orlando Magic at home against the Portland Trailblazers. Orlando giving 2. Some of y'all might see 2.5. Yesterday, I think it was 1.5. Orlando has been disappointing to say the least. I know JaY got them on the do not bet list. Some of y'all may have them on the do not bet list, and I'm not even mad at you for that because they have been disappointing. And I know last year, even though they had a good record last year, especially at home, it was like a stretch last year where they lost like 5 or 6 games in a row, and we was taking them. We was fucking trying to catch a falling knife, as the saying goes, and we was cutting ourselves and we was losing. Lost to Boston last night, but that's not really a surprise, although I think they are better than Boston. It was a back-to-back game when teams is playing each other. It's hard to beat teams back-to-back, even if they trash teams. Whether you playing in your house or you go to their crib. And the NBA been doing this, a lot these last few years, and we've been speaking about it. So I'm not surprised that Boston won. Boston is a good team. They may not be where they was with the talent that they had. Still got a great coach, a great coacher. And Orlando, new pieces, is still trying to figure out. They haven't won nothing yet. So we can't crown them. With that being said, Portland coming in tonight, West Coast team. I like Orlando to win. I don't think they lose back-to-back at home. Could they? Yes. Will they? We'll see. But do I think they are? I doubt it. So I'm going to roll with the Magic in that one. Next game up, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road at Miami. Cleveland giving, how much Cleveland giving? 7.5. Still no Adebayo. But for the most part, Miami got their whole team. Obviously, Tyler Hero was out, so we don't mean him because he been out. Terry Rozier, he been out. Know what I'm saying? Gambling scandals. And we see that it's not just real quick, this is a side note. We see that the gambling is not just limited to the NBA. In baseball, we're going to come back live tonight, God willing, Monday Night Live. When I talk about trending topics, we will be speaking about the gambling scandal that's in baseball now. Two pitchers from the Cleveland Guardians, right? Under fire and under indictment for rigging the fucking games. Come on, guys. I told you, this shit is not rocket science. Anyway, with that being said, I like Cleveland tonight. They didn't cover in their last game at home. They should have covered. They didn't cover. I think they will cover tonight, so we're going to roll with Cleveland. Next game up, we got the Chicago Bulls at home playing the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs giving 3.5. Josh Giddey is in the gray. He's up, he's down, if you know what I mean, on RotoWire. He's in the starting lineup, and then he's not in the starting lineup. We know that the NBA and RotoWire and all these, different analytics and information, if you will, they be tugging and pulling with the bettors. Is they going to play? Is they not going to play? You double dutcher. I think he will play, and I like the Chicago Bulls to bounce back at home. Spurs is a good team. De'Aaron Fox did come back first game. They didn't cover. I think I think Chicago can win tonight. I won't be surprised because this is a stat. I don't really have no analytics for it, but I bet every day. I follow sports every day, and I have been for the last 10 years. I have been following betting in the paint, going hard in the paint, win, lose, or draw. That's why I often play and say gambling is not for the faintest of hearts. And also, because that's your money, son, because that's your money. You could get on here, listen to me. You could go to other podcasters. You even could pay your hard-earned money for niggas, their information, and pay for their picks and still lose. But ultimately, when you go to put your bets in, it's your money. So that's why I plainly say, because that's your money, son. With that being said, I won't be surprised if the Spurs win, even though I like Chicago. And this is why. They won their first game with De'Aaron Fox, but they didn't cover. A lot of times when a prominent player comes back, a real good piece of the team, the first game they might lose, then they definitely win the second game. Or they win their first game and they lose their second game. Just something I've been, peeping game on with these NBA. Only in the NBA, though. I don't know about hockey or baseball, just strictly the NBA. But with that said, I'm going with Chicago. Next game up. We got the Milwaukee Bucks out on the road at Dallas. We had Houston yesterday against the Milwaukee. We was like, damn, 4.5. Giving Milwaukee, they at home, got a better record than you. Why are you doing this? Because Vegas don't give out no money. And sure enough, even though Houston was losing in the beginning, came back, covered the spread. Today though, we like Milwaukee on the road. Giannis is up and down, but he is in the green. If you want RotoWire, they only giving 2, so basically they just gotta win. Could they do some bullshit and win by 1? Could they lose? Yes. Anthony Davis and Garford is in the questionable, but they're still in the gray. They might play, they might not. Lively is doubtful, and we know Dante Exum, he's out. I like the Bucks. I think they bounce back from the loss. Tough loss though to Houston. Again, this is why we like the Houston. Not only for the because Vegas made them the favorites, but also they got the big bodies to challenge Giannis. But I like Milwaukee today. Next game up, we got the Pelicans out on the road at Phoenix. Phoenix giving 8.5, and I got burnt by Phoenix 2 times. I'm still not ready to crown them yet. I think they will be a decent team this year. Got Jalen Green, who got hurt in the last game, hamstring, another athlete with all the science, medicine, technology, etc. Still don't seem to be built like the athletes of old. That's just my personal opinion. That's why I often play with, what's the chick name that sing My Neck and My Back? Kia or Kaya. That's why I always be like my neck, my back, my hamstring, my ankle, my pinky toe. These athletes, they sit out for any little thing. And, now he got the hamstring. But Dylan Brooks is back. Still have a player there, and they star player. Devin Booker looking good. On the other hand, Clippers was looking real bad. So anyway, I got burned twice because I took Clippers both games. Tonight, though, giving 8.5 at home when you expected to win, big number. I like the Pelicans. I'm not going to bet on this game, but for the sake of giving out a pick on every single game, every single day, as we do, I'm going to take the Pelicans. Y'all can take who you like. Next game up, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road at the Utah Jazz. Utah getting 7.5. We just seen these two teams play, and when I tell you Minnesota beat the fucking living daylights out of Utah, it wasn't even funny. I think they beat them by like 35 or some shit like that, and it wasn't even close. You looked up, it was 20-3. You look up again, it was 28-4. Like, they blew them out the whole game. I honestly think they can beat them tonight and blow them out again. But they did play yesterday. They did blow the team out yesterday. I think they'll win today. But I like Utah with the 7.5. It's a quick revenge game. They at home. Utah does play better at home. I don't know how much energy Minnesota is going to have. Not like real energy-wise, meaning like mentality-wise. Like, we just beat these niggas. We just beat the team last night. We all better than them. I think they might sleepwalk through this one and barely win. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'm taking Utah. But Minnesota is the better team. Next game up, who we got? Last game of the night, rather. Last game of the night, then we get to the locks. Last game of the night, we got the Clippers, who I just finished speaking about, at home playing the Atlanta Hawks. Clippers are coming off a 4 or 5 game losing streak. Let me just check. Definitely know it's 4, but it might be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 game losing streak. 2 of them at home. Lost to the... No, that's still preseason, my bad. 3 of them at home. Lost to the Heat at home by 1. Lost to the Thunder by 19. And lost to the Suns after losing to the Suns at the Suns. So last 3 games at home, you 0-3. This is the 4th game. They will play on Wednesday against the Nuggets. That's going to be a tough one for them to win. So they definitely got to win tonight. Will they win by the 4.5? I don't know, but I'm going to lean towards them. But I can't bet again with them because they've been looking like trash. No Kawhi Leonard. James Harden, he still got it, but no defense. Dribble, dribble, pass. Dribble, dribble, shoot. You know, Jones, Daniel Jones or whatever his name is. Only one that's like really going hard is Zubats. You know what I mean? You got Lopez. You got John Collins, supposed to be a good team. Bogdanovich, Chris Paul. You're not even using these players. I don't know why, but I like the Clippers to win tonight. Let's see what the public is on Atlanta with the points and money line. They like the Clippers. With that being said, let's get to the theme music, money line song, and then we get to the locks.
Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one, populism. Cooper gray, got the fire bags lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. Winner, chicken dinner, money line clicking.
Money line clicking. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, guys. Here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me, the winner, chicken dinners. And right now, we do have a winning record with the locks. We are 31-28. We was down big, but like I said, the last few days we've been winning. Unfortunately, we dropped the play of the day, which is also a lock. It's just the strongest one. 2 days in a row. I want to do better with the plays of the day because that's the game I feel the strongest on. But all of the locks is games that I bet on separately. With that being said, Kim, what's the word? With that being said, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers. We going with Detroit. We going with Chicago. We going with Milwaukee. And the play of the day is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. That's who I'm taking. That's what I'm sticking with. That's my story. Let me know who you like. Let me know who you taking. Drop it in the comments where you think I'm bugging out at. I definitely appreciate the feedback. All I ask is that you hit the like button, smash the subscribe button if you on YouTube. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV, NBA, Picking with Pop. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid. Let's get some money today. Be safe.